everybody is making the claim that we probably hit bottom at around 44. We've got, you know, supply likely going to, you know, contract in the pipeline as U.S. producers, and maybe Saudi Arabia will come out with a deal. But what do you think?
I think it's rubbish. Most of it anyway. Look, when the oil price goes up, you find everybody comes out and find reasons why the oil price goes down. If it goes down, then they'll come out with reasons why it's going down. The reality is the long-term outlook for oil is not good, partly because countries are using less of it to grow, and partly because they're not growing as fast as they did. And secondly, of course, we've got all these new things coming along, like Google cars and self-drive cars and cars that use renewables. So the long-term outlook is not good. The short-term outlook is that we saw something like a 60% reduction in rig count for shale oil in the United States, and that is feeding through, true enough, to a reduction in that form of output. But it still is not the balancing factor in oil markets. The balancing factor in oil markets is whether Saudi Arabia and the Russians get together and have a love-in, and they won't. So actually the oversupply situation is likely to continue, and I think someplace around 44 is the top of the range, and someplace around 32 is the bottom of the range.
Look, but you just heard about the big plan for Saudi Arabia to try to get off its addiction to oil, coming up with a plan that by 2030 that they're going to drive their own economy and it's going to be less dependent on oil, because they're also seeing a future where it can't be sustainable at 40, 30, even 20.
Well, look, they're dead right. I mean, it's quite obvious that if you want to remain rich and lazy, then you've got to do something else rather than just watch oil gush out of the ground. But the question really is, how good are they at doing anything else? Now, they're doing the right things, which is try and get out of oil and do other things. But is that really going to be something which you and I are going to see as a major factor in our lives? We're going to be stone dead before that happens.